When you're having to say goodbye to someone, there's a whole Ho'oponopono tradition where you say four things. Thank you. I love you. I forgive you. Please forgive me. This is from the Pitt. I know people are talking about White Lotus and Severance. Yes, if you want that kind of television, sure. But the Pitt is what I have wanted out of a medical drama for years. Very much akin to how the beginning of ER was, mainly 90% about the actual medical drama situations that happen in a hospital and not the affairs and the love triangles and all the emotion and whatnot that it was in Grey's Anatomy. Not to say that there wasn't some good ones in Grey's Anatomy, but the Pitt is 95% medical drama, and the drama, the 5% other drama, is in the medical drama. This is by far the best medical show on the planet right now. You can watch a bunch of nurses and doctors reacting to this show, and it is so amazing to see the joy that they get for not only the medical procedures being correct, but also just the regular everyday issues that hospital workers deal with understaffing, assaults on medical personnel, dealing with certain types of medical personnel. I have been on an anxiety trip for the last 6 weeks because of how much this show is making my heartbeat go. I can't tell you just how intense this show has been. You have to watch it for yourself. The show isn't even done its first season yet, which is going to be about 15 episodes, and I've already watched every episode twice. I'm probably going to do it a third time once the show is done. I want to sit in it for one entire sitting and watch the whole thing, because this whole show takes place in a hospital in Pittsburgh, and it's an entire 12-hour shift with obviously some overtime happening. And what we see is Dr. Robbie, played by Noah Weil, who you will know from shows such as Falling Sky, or also, of course, ER, because he was on that show for 15 years, working at the hospital, all the while teaching residents and interns how to do the job themselves. And these guys are going through their own character drama, their own kind of story and arcs through their own, and it doesn't have anything to do with relationships or anything like that. It's just how they deal with people, how they work with people, and how they view their own talents, their own presence, and their own importance to who they treat and how they treat others. I cannot tell you how much I like this show. It has been such a ride to watch this show escalate in its intensity. Every time you think that you've gotten to the point where I think I can understand that, I think I can deal with that amount of uncomfortableness, it comes in with a fucking battering ram and hits you again, being like, nah, bitch, we only just getting started. And it's been like that for the last 10 episodes. It just keeps picking up and picking up and picking up. Right now, there is something so fucking intense happening that I was on the verge of tears watching the last episode. There's still 2 episodes left, and I can guarantee you when this show is done, I will try and sit and watch all 15 episodes in one go. More like 2 days. Let's be realistic here. Not only is it incredibly informative, you will learn things about medical procedures that are real. Like, you could, if you, good God forbid, you ever needed to know these things in the field, in real life, you could have them. But there's also a lot of behind the scene emotional stuff, because they're dealing with things that are usually not talked about. Social workers and grief counselors, and just how we deal with people who are dead or on the verge of dying. Like I said at the beginning, the Ho'oponopono ritual, that was in one episode where Robbie is dealing with 2 older kids, probably in their 50s, and having to say goodbye to their father, pretty much at the point where he's on a no resuscitate order. He's on the verge of that, but the kids don't want to let him go, and there is this very hard dynamic that they have to deal with.
A teacher, a mentor, who told me about a Hawaiian ritual called Ho'oponopono. 4 things that matter most. Basically just a few key things that we can say when we're saying goodbye to a loved one that can really help. They're gonna sound really simple, but I swear I've seen them work. I love you. Thank you. I forgive you. Please forgive me.
At the same time, there's also a kid who's brain dead from a fentanyl overdose, and you go through the stages of finding out just how fucking brain dead he is. Like, he is gone. But my God, I learned about devices that I didn't know existed that can help with that. And then also on the flip side of that is the techniques and devices they use when they are in an emergency. Just when they cannot do the normal CT or MRI statistics and analysis through those machines, this show will go into depth on how they can do that in the field with the best means that they have. I cannot say this enough. If you haven't started watching The Pitt, absolutely go fucking watch it. I guarantee you that you will be hooked by the end of the first episode, because that's been me. I have wanted to watch this every goddamn day since it came out. I have been more invested in this than I have been in Reacher. I've been more invested in this than I was in Invincible. I can't believe I'm fucking saying that. But really, guys, it's great. It's even got me rewatching ER. Like, I got why my mom watched that show, at least for the beginning of it. Anyways, that's all from me. Go watch the show yourself. Let me know what you think of it. If you have started watching it, what do you think of it? What's been some of your favorite parts about the show? I can't praise this show enough. Anyways, guys, that's all from me. If you like this video, I've got others that are like it. Check it out on the channel. Subscribe if you like. And yeah, once this show finishes its first season, I will definitely be reviewing it.